Welcome to Smells Like 90's Rock. It's Hot Toddy and DJ P.O.R.C. Sheila's out. She got some bad news today.
Taking care of a few affairs in South Carolina.
That's right. And
we won't go any further.
We won't get into detail. She might share that with us when she gets back, but until then, we'll respect the privacy. But yeah, some things have happened, and so she's out for the evening. So you got us. It's a boys' night here. It's a boys' night. All men tonight. Hashtag me too.
It's a man's club here.
It is. It's a man's world tonight.
Or sausage fest, as they call it.
A sausage fest, as they call it. That's right.
Is that really something to be admired, though?
It's not. Like, I always cringe when I hear the term sausage fest because it just sounds like there's a bunch of dirty men somewhere, and it's not. It could be just a group of nice guys, but it's all guys, so therefore it's a sausage fest. But it's a creepy term. I don't like it.
I think of sweaty men. Personally,
I
don't know why that's the term that comes to mind.
You think sweaty undercarriage?
Kinda, yeah.
That's terrible.
It is terrible.
That's terrible. Hey, round of applause for sweaty balls. Let's get it out there.
Yeah. Oh goodness. And I'm not sure if I'll be able to stay the whole show. I have things to take care of early in the morning too.
Me too. What do you got to do in the morning?
I take a family member to a doctor's appointment.
On a Saturday?
Yeah, it was supposed to be Monday, but they rescheduled it to Saturday.
That's a bizarre time to schedule a thing.
It was strange.
My cat's jacked my hand up. Look at that.
I can tell.
Look at that.
You've got some braille on your hand right now.
I do. Like, literally, it's disturbing. We get along great is the thing. This is just us playing. But she plays rough. She does the whole grabs your hand, does the back leg kicks, and then bites. And so it's like she's in a ball around your hand. You can't get her off. So she plays to win.
Obviously.
But it ain't great. Yeah, it's a little rough. But yeah, so my hand's jacked up tonight. It doesn't even hurt. It's just disturbing to look at. It's like a sausage fest. I would
not quite that.
Well, I was about to say I feel like another thing when it comes to sausage fest, that I feel like a sausage fest would be awful to look at.
Oh yeah, I don't mind. I would not doubt it.
I feel like that would be a distring thing.
These
to
are
look
just
at.
scabs on a hand. That's not
right.
really that bad.
That's right. But yeah, I feel like a sausage fest would be just the worst.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
Because that's a lot of D. And if it looks like a sausage, that's a lot of like meaty D.
I'm just gonna let the silence speak for this one.
You love it. Don't act like you don't.
Ugh.
Don't act like you're not impressed.
Oh, some Ron Burgundy for you.
No, Ron. If you,
right, that's Ron Burgundy.
It is Ron Burgundy. I've been very excited because he has a podcast that he does on Sirius XM.
Will Ferrell or Ron Burgundy?
As Will Ferrell as Ron Burgundy. It's called the Ron Burgundy Podcast. And it is delightful. If you enjoy the Anchorman movies, you will enjoy the Ron Burgundy.
I never saw the second one. Honestly, wasn't a huge fan of them. I thought they were funny.
I loved it. I've often stated that Will Ferrell has Adam Sandler syndrome, to which he
I don't know about that.
It's Adam Sandler syndrome. It's the same thing. And when I explain this to you, you're going to agree. I promise you will. They were both huge stars on Saturday Night Live, which jolted them into a career in movies, right?
Correct.
And then their first few movies out of the gate were huge successes. You think of Adam Sandler, you had Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, The Waterboy, The Wedding Singer. What else am I thinking? Yeah, The Big Daddy. Those were good movies. And then Will Ferrell, right out of the gate, he had Elf, Anchorman, Talladega Nights, these big movies that
then what happened?
Catapulted, and then it just turned into, oh, I see what you're doing. I don't care anymore, but I see that you're still working.
What's Will Ferrell's most recent movie?
Holmes and Watson, which flopped spectacularly, and people actually talked about it was so bad that people were walking out of the theater.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I don't really know if I would have expected that from Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
He seemed like he at least took his job seriously.
He does, and that's the thing. That's what's upsetting about it. But here's the thing, though. It's like, I saw Holmes and Watson. I thought it was funny. It was a stupid movie. It's one of the dumbest movies I've ever seen. But I like
as long as it makes you laugh.
I like arty farty, but I like just random, like, turn off your brain, stupid humor sometimes. And if you want a movie like that, Holmes and Watson is the one to see.
I don't know if I'm there.
No.
I don't know if I'm on board with Holmes and Watson.
Like, I'm the type of person, and this is literally true. I have movies like A Star is Born and Bohemian Rhapsody now sitting on my shelf right next to the Happy Time Murders.
The Happy Time Murders.
There was a terrible puppet movie that came out last year where it was like a puppet gets murdered and puppets have to just figure it out. And it also has humans in it too. Melissa McCarthy stars in it. Maya Rudolph, a lot of people.
Wow.
And it was a terrible. If it was another comedy that flopped spectacularly, but I thought it was delightful. And so I'm that type of person that would have the Happy Time Murders right up against like Bohemian Rhapsody next to.
Are those any good, by the way?
Those Bohemian Rhapsody is one of the best movies I've ever seen. And I bought A Star is Born, but I've yet to watch it. So
it's a remake, isn't it?
It's a remake of this is like the second remake of it. So this is like the third time it's been made.
The original was like Chris Christopherson and Barbara Streisand.
I think there's even one before that. No, I think
there's one before
that. There was one in the 50s, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken on that, but I think
that one was the 70s.
Yeah,
maybe?
that was the 70s, and then they redid it again with Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper. And each time they do it, it's one of those rare films where like each time they do it, it's a huge hit every single time.
Well,
and I
mean that's pretty much the current market for Hollywood, though, remakes and sequels.
Yeah, even the biggest movies, remakes.
Space Jam 2, it's coming.
It's coming next year. LeBron James, it's happening.
It's gonna be LeBron James.
It's LeBron James. Yeah.